Well, hello and welcome to this week's video here on the Rest of Saga Workshop YouTube channel. And this week we're doing a bit of a product review on my Milwaukee socket set and why I think it is the ultimate socket set for the DIY home mechanic. It's so comprehensive and I'm going to take you through it right now and explain everything. So this is the socket set in question. Nice big plastic case, first of all. And on the outside, 56 piece, 3/8" drive socket set, and it is Imperial and Metric, and that is why I think it is such a comprehensive socket set for the home mechanic, especially if, like me, you work on a lot of classic stuff, but also like to do odd jobs maybe on your modern daily driver. So let's open it up and have a look. Ta-da! Love shiny chrome vanadium tools. So, as you can see, it comes in a lift-out tray. I presume if you have a big Milwaukee toolbox that it fits into one of those, but I don't. I am not sponsored by Milwaukee. This is not an ad. I'm not paid by them. I just really like their stuff. I, as you know, have a big Tang box. I've talked about that before. This stuff probably doesn't fit in, although I must say I haven't tried, but I just like everything being here in one piece. So, first of all, we'll start with the ratchet handle itself. Very robust, nice sealed unit. I think you can take that apart if you want to replace the mechanism. Milwaukee has a pretty decent warranty. Nice smooth action. And I'm trying to shoot this with one hand, but hopefully very fine tooth action and not a lot of degrees there between clicks. Really nicely made, and the Milwaukee branding on it. So that one is a pleasure to use, and it's a good size, and I like that it's metal throughout and not sort of plastic handled. So 3 extension pieces with the universal joint on this bit. Bottom is Metric, top is Imperial. So what have we here at the smallest size? 6mm all the way up to 19, and those are deep sockets, and the normal size sockets 6-sided rather than 12, so I suppose you probably have a bit more purchase, and it's driving on the flats rather than on the angles of your given nut. When it comes over to the Imperial, smallest is 1/4. The deepest deep drive one is 7/8, but these normal sockets go up to 1 inch, and I mean, I'm not sure how many 1-inch bolts I'll be using, but it is just so nice to have a fully comprehensive socket set which is deep and normal drive, and it's all in one place so I know if anything's missing. Now the other thing about the Milwaukee is this interesting little shape. So they're not completely circular, because we all know that circular sockets like to roll away if they're left on a slope, whereas that will not roll. Super clever. So simple, but nice and clever. Okay. The other thing is that that stuff as well, it's not just etched, it's actually stamped into the socket, so it's not going to rub off, and you're not going to be left wondering what size your socket is. Some people have suggested that you could also put a spanner across the flats of the sockets. I haven't done it yet, but I don't see why you couldn't. I suppose that would give you an extra bit of drive and grip and rotation and torque if you didn't want just to rely upon the handle itself. So something to think about. These ones here are also square drive, and that's not going to roll anywhere on you either, as you can see. So that's great. And look, the 10mm hasn't escaped yet. Neither the deep nor the normal, and they're both present and correct, and they haven't run off. But how long will it be? I also find that the 13s can be pretty elusive, but there you go. If you're talking more metrics, I find the 7/16 and a 1/2 inch always decide to make a disappearing act. So 2 extension pieces, one longer, one that's what, about 6 inches, 15 centimeters. That's probably about 3 inch. And then the wobble bar. I don't often use these, I must say. Land Rovers, which is probably, as you know, is where I do most of my work. Usually pretty good access, but always handy to have. The case itself, probably not as sturdy as it necessarily could be. I mean, that's just a bit bendy and flimsy, but mine just lives in the garage without a huge amount of attention being paid to it. and I just like to know that all the slots are there. I can keep track of where my sockets all are, and then that way I don't lose any. So yeah, maybe lose a few points for the quality of the case. It's quite thin plastic compared to other stuff I have. Sort of a larger Tang set of 1/2" Imperial sockets in there, which is a higher quality case. I think 3/8 is really useful size. It's bigger than a 1/4, so it's probably general for most things, and it's not just as big and cumbersome as a 1/2", which really I don't need that degree of robust nature because I'm doing fairly light duties. So yep, that is why I think this is probably the ultimate socket set for the DIY mechanic, as it covers deep and normal sockets for both Imperial and Metric, and that's why I bought it. So I think I'll leave that there. Thanks very much for watching this quick product review of the Milwaukee socket set. I hope you found it useful and maybe something to consider purchasing in the future for yourself. I really enjoy it, and I think it's really high quality and a very reasonable price point. So again, thanks for watching. Catch me on Facebook and Instagram. Please give the video a like, and I reply to all of my comments quite quickly as well. So once again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next week. Cheerio!